Greetings, this is Christopher Holcomb, and welcome to another monumental, fantastic, outrageous episode. Pretty much what I want to do is give you guys some basics, some information, something you can take with you for in-state, out-of-state, local, around the corner, pretty much anybody that's looking or are investing. You probably know this if you're a seasoned investor. If you're a novice investor, this will be some good information. If you're out of the country, fantastic information. Out of the state, same. Pretty much what I'm going to do is talk about likes and dislikes. And pretty much the major one I want to talk about is frame versus brick. Now, yeah, you're probably wondering, how is the Detroit market if you're not familiar with it? But in fact, if you're on the west side of Detroit and you're not used to be on the east side of Detroit, it's totally different. The houses are different. So what I want to do real quick is go over primarily the type of properties. And I think that'll give you a good insight. Then we'll go into frame or brick. And I'll tell you why, what I like, which you probably already know, and why it is preferred. So let's talk about the type of properties. In Detroit, you have roughly, I would say, 3 to 4 different types of properties. You got some hybrids, I would say also, but that's another story for another day. Pretty much what I would say is the first property you primarily probably hear about is bungalows, which if you don't know what a bungalow is, a bungalow is a property that has the bedrooms downstairs and maybe one upstairs. This could be an attic turned into a bedroom, or it could just be an upstairs bedroom. Pretty much as a bungalow, most bungalows are 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms downstairs, 1 up top. They're pretty known on the northeast side of Detroit, on the northwest side of Detroit, southwest. You know, it's a mixture. That's one thing about Detroit. Some neighborhoods, you got mixtures. You got bungalows with colonials with ranches. You're like, what the heck? So it's not a streamline of this is just there. As I just said, colonials. Colonials are properties with the bedrooms upstairs. You probably got 2 to 3 upstairs. Sometimes you might have 2 upstairs and 1 downstairs. But primarily the bedrooms are upstairs. Probably the bathroom is upstairs. So that's your colonial. Very nice property. Pretty much, I'm not even going to say primarily where they are. They're all over. I predominantly see a lot deep east side and northwest and west side. Then you got your ranches. And the ranches, it's not as many. I would say in the sequence I'm saying bungalows and your primary colonials are the majority of properties in Detroit. You know, you got 2-family flats. You got other properties, misshaped hybrids of 2-family flats. I guess you could say townhouse, detached, I guess you call those. But we're not going into that. So you got your ranches. Let's get back on the topic. Ranches are pretty much one level. They're not bi-level. All bedrooms, everything's on one floor. And most homes in Detroit, people have basements. The ones that don't know why you would want them, unless you got a fetish for properties on the slab. And then we do have those. To me, there are no benefit in Detroit. Because in Detroit, you got seasonal weather. You got summer, winter. That's about it. I say you have a little spring and a little sprinkle of fall. Before those seasons, you're going to have clothing. You're going to have things you need. If you got kids, you're going to have toys for the summer, toys for the winter. So you're going to need to have a place for them. And a property without a basement is not adequate. You can have a 3-bedroom property, but without a basement, you have no storage. And then a lot of times people are using their garage for that. I would say stick to properties with basements. But back to it. So ranch properties, you see them a lot on the west side. You don't see a lot on the east side, I would say. There's some areas, but you know, like I say, it's a mixed bag. But you got blocks and areas and neighborhoods where it's just completely ranch. So those are the 3 basics. And you deal with those all over. Most people prefer bungalows and bricks. Ranches are given, you know, they're not like really, like I say, dominant and are not dominantly requested. However, they are, you know, a good property. Now, to the meat and potatoes. Frame or brick. If you're an investor for out of the country, you probably prefer brick. Brick because it is what it is. Frame, nothing against frame. We have a lot of frame in Detroit. We have a lot of brick in Detroit. We have a mixed bag. You go 2 blocks over, it's frame. You go 3 blocks over, it's brick. You got neighborhoods full of brick properties. I prefer brick. If out-of-country investors prefer brick. If you're from England, you deal with those type of castle-type properties. Most properties are brick over there, so that's their preference. Probably in other countries too, and the reason why, because brick is long-lasting. A brick neighborhood lasts longer in any urban environment or any city, in fact, than a frame one, because you got vinyl siding, you got aluminum siding, you got plaster, I don't know, but those things over time erode. Those things over time are not as durable. A brick property remains the same for decades, and it's easier to enhance because brick is usually a primary color unless it's painted. You put nice shrubbery there, you change the windows, the structure is still the same, now it's just got a new look. While frame, a lot of frame is color coordinated, so it's kind of limited to what you can do with it. And then if you change the siding, then you can change the whole look of the house. But the prices on that is give and take. The removal, if it's aluminum, is going to be a pain in your butt. And people steal aluminum, so that's going to be a problem. So bricks is predominantly long-lasting, more durable. You know, you can have a frame house burn partially, and it's probably jacked up from there because it's already hit the wood, the vinyl or the aluminum's burnt up, while brick, if it hasn't burnt all the way through, you still can rebuild that because brick is more durable, just longer lasting, and it's more preferred. So I would tell you, stick to brick. I stick to brick. Nothing wrong with frame. Partially, you have partial frame and brick properties also. People put attachments on there, which more than likely not putting a brick attachment, they're putting a frame. So you have to think about those things. I think also heating and cooling, brick is better. It holds it better. But I'm not a heating and cooling general, so I couldn't tell you, or a guru, I couldn't tell you positively that's the reason, or it does that versus the other. Plus, this video is going a little too long, and I just wanted to break down. Stick with brick. Brick is primarily, for any investor, is king. Cash is king, brick is king. One other thing, we do not do 2 bedrooms. Who wants a 2-bedroom? A single person maybe, someone who wants to rent. When you're thinking about properties, you want to think long term. If you're buying and holding, if you're land contracting, if you're turnkey. So you want families, you want kids, you want people who want to stay and going to be stuck in that area. You don't want someone that's going to hop in and out. A 2-bedroom is a hop in and a hop out type of property. So I'm going to work and I need somewhere close. 2-bedroom, I get it cheap, I move in, do my thing and leave. If you got 3-bedroom, most likely you're going to get somebody with kids. You're going to get somebody that's building a family, or you're going to get somebody who's looking to do those things. So just remember that. No 2-bedrooms, no slabs. And if you got to go brick. Never go frame. So quick and easy, a little too long, but I gave you also the different types of properties in the area. So hopefully this video will help you. When you're looking at property or someone that tells you about a property, you got to verify what the neighborhood looks like. Give me a shot, because if I see frame there, that means it may be framed throughout, or it may be hit or miss, and those values are different. A whole brick neighborhood versus a frame, brick, frame, is going to be less. Even though they got to do the comparables with that same thing, it's still about the area. So think about that too when you want to invest into a property. Me, I'm giving you quality brick, nothing less. But beyond that, that's pretty much the overview of this video, and I hope it was helpful. If not, give me some comments. If you like it, subscribe. You see it. It's in one of these corners up here. So, as always, I'll catch you on the next video, and you guys enjoy and have great investing and have a good time. Talk to you later.